Bring back rock.
Hey, it's Dean and welcome to Bring Back Rock. Today we're talking about them Southern boys that make the noise. They're one of those bands that came out near the end of the genre, and they released a classic album, much like a couple of other bands that release classic albums near the end of the genre, like Roxy Blue Wants Some, Under the Influence by Wildside, and this one, Tainted Angel by Southgang. Now, they released a couple albums. You're going to hear about them, you're going to hear some music samples, and then I will catch up with you at the end of the video. Southgang formed in Rome, Georgia in 1986 while the members were still in high school. Vocalist Jesse Hart and Mitch Slug McLean growing up next to each other. Jace Venture was a piano player and was invited to play bass in the band, so a quick trip to the pawn shop to get a bass and he was all set. The band knew that sacrifices would need to be made in order to make it, so anytime these situations came up, they said they would just have to bite the bullet. That became the band's name, Bite the Bullet. Bite spelled B-Y-T-E. The band changed their name to Southgang in 1989. Their live show and the crowds they drew soon began drawing interest from various record labels. They signed a 7-album deal with Charisma, a subsidiary of Virgin Records. They released their debut record, Tainted Angel, in 1991. Their album Tainted Angel was produced by Howard Benson, whose discography is insane. Go look it up. From bands like Bang Tango and Pretty Boy Floyd, to bands like My Chemical Romance, Creed, and Hailstorm, and on and on. The album had an executive producer named Desmond Child. You know the name, you know the songwriting. Child was a co-writer on songs of the band, and other outside writers include Steve Plunkett of Autograph fame and Eric Turner of Warrant. Interesting fact, singer Jesse Hart later did guest vocals on Eric Turner's solo album, Demo for Diehards. One thing I learned while researching is that the guys had interesting nicknames. Vocalist Jesse Hart was known as Biscuit. Drummer Mitch McLean was known as Slug for the way he played the drums. Bassist JC was called Hush Puppy because he could ramble on for hours. And at least for a short time, guitarist Butch Walker was called Buckets. In 1992, Southgang released their second album, Group Therapy. Along the way, Southgang changed their management to Warrant's management and was the first band sent to Communist China as a possible test run for Warrant. Things didn't go great as the band got kicked out for inciting a riot at their final concert. They said the crowds were kind of strange, ranged anywhere from kids to grandparents, all guarded by the military. Well, at the last show, a bunch of people went crazy, rushed the stage, broke barriers. You know, we've all been there. A great rock and roll show, get your adrenaline pumping. Well, they were not welcome in China anymore. Now, soon after that, the band disbanded. They were dropped by their record label. The label wanted to keep working with Jesse Hart, but 6 months later, Jesse was also dropped. In 1992, Jesse was in talks with Warrant to replace Janie Lane, who the band was having issues with at the time. I think it would have been an interesting collaboration, but as Jesse Hart said at the time, really, no Janie, no Warrant. So what else have they been up to since Southgang? Well, Jesse Hart tried giving Southgang 2.0 a try. Then in 2012, he formed a new band, Bloody Red Hearts, which released a 5-song EP. He also recently released an album on F&A Records with songs by Bite the Bullet, demos, and live tracks. One song, To Live on the Moon, was Janie Lane's favorite song that Jesse ever wrote. Janie also did background vocals on the song Cross of Mine. The 3 other members, Butch, Jace, and Mitch, formed Floyd's Funk Revival with Jace's wife, Crystal. They released one album, then they shortened their name to the Floyds and released another album. Then the 3 former Southgang members formed the Marvelous 3, which had some success before Butch Walker went solo. Butch has had a ton of success writing and producing, as well as releasing solo albums. He has also become an ordained minister. Jace is in the Atlanta area running his own sound and production company, as well as working in his church as the go-to sound man and youth minister. Slug is a self-employed drum teacher and contract musician. Alright, it's music time. I'll play you some samples by Southgang, and then I will catch up with you at the end of the video.
I'm
All right, so that was Southgang, a band that I thought the record label actually gave a chance to succeed. They gave them 3 videos off their debut album. They gave them Desmond Child as to help with the songwriting and an up-and-coming producer, but it just didn't work out for them. Where can you find them? Well, you cannot find them on the streaming services. The only thing on the streaming services by Southgang is Jesse Hart's new record where he has some demos and live stuff. You can still get the album. Bad Reputation Records re-released it not too long ago. So you can get it not too expensive out there, so you can check them out that way. And I just want to say thanks to Jeff and Jay and Reaction FX and others that have hit that subscribe button for me. It always makes my day, and I appreciate seeing a new subscriber pop up. So we will catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for taking the time, and we'll see you later.